Amid US-India tariff tensions, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will not be addressing the United Nations General Assembly, which is scheduled for later this month. Now, Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar's name is mentioned in the list of speakers, and he is scheduled to speak during the general debate on September 27th. Speaking on India-US ties, External Affairs Minister said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi shares a good equation with the US President.
I think Prime Minister Modi obviously attaches enormous importance to our partnership with the United States. Where President Trump is concerned, he's always had a very good personal equation with President Trump. But the point is, look, we are engaged, we remain engaged with the United States, and at this time, I can't say more than that.
Now, according to a previous provisional list of speakers, which was issued in July, Modi was scheduled to address the general debate on September 26th. Now, the heads of government of Israel, China, Pakistan and Bangladesh are scheduled to address the UN General Assembly, the general debate on September 26th. The high-level general debate will run from September 23rd to 29th, with Brazil as the traditional first speaker of the session, followed by United States President Donald Trump's address to the world leaders on September 23rd. Now, however, that tradition could be thrown into question. Brazil President Lula da Silva's strained relationship with Donald Trump looms large in the calculus. While Trump has criticized Lula for prosecuting former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro on charges of attempting a coup, Lula may have also invited Trump's ire for rallying BRICS nations, including dialing India's Prime Minister Modi and Russian President Putin. He is also one of the leaders who has not spoken to Trump since he slapped Brazil with 50% tariffs. And joining us live on the broadcast is our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibbal from New Delhi. Siddhant, how do we view this latest development in light of the current geopolitical situation and the frayed ties between India and the US?
Well, I would say there are green shoots of recovery when it comes to India-US relationship. We know that earlier today, the US President Donald Trump had positive comments about India, and thereafter we saw the Indian Prime Minister reciprocating it and saying that there is a positive assessment of the relationship. We saw the comments by the Indian External Affairs Minister as well. Well, a relationship has been frayed in last few weeks because of comments by the US President Donald Trump, terming India as a dead economy, comments by his trade advisor, and also by the Commerce Secretary as well of United States. But essentially, it looks like that both sides are willing to pick up the pieces, and even as the political relationship in public sphere looked bad, there were continuous engagement, whether it is the Yuddha Abhyas in Alaska, whether it is the officials from United States visiting New Delhi, and of course the conversation that has been ongoing in various aspects, including of course the trade talks. Later this month we will see the Indian External Affairs Minister travelling to United States for the United Nations General Assembly. Of course, initially, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi was slated, but that is much more procedural because the Indian Prime Minister usually attends UNG in the first and the last term of his tenure. So essentially no surprises there. It was expected that the Indian External Affairs Minister will be attending the UNG and address the UNG on 27th of September, but will he have meetings with his counterpart? Most likely yes. Also conversations with other Quad partners, that could be also on the table. But one thing is for sure, like every relationship, there are ups and downs, and with US as well, we have seen perhaps the worst behind us and focus on working on the best that is in front of us.
Absolutely. Thanks for getting us up to speed, Siddhant. That was our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibbal, joining us from New Delhi.